Contenido en 3.
After leaving Rio Quisen in the last episode, I headed down south again. We spent the night in San Martín de los Andes, and on the next morning we started our way to Bariloche. Morning everyone, how are you today? It's another lovely day in Patagonia and I'm really excited. Today we are going from San Martín de los Andes to Bariloche, but we're not taking the usual road, which is Siete Lagos, in English, 7 lakes. We are instead going through a place called Paso, Cordoba Pass, you know. It's a mountain pass that we have to go east and then south to Bariloche, and the landscape is completely different. It's nothing like we've seen so far. My first stop is Lake Meliquina, 42 kilometers away from San Martín. Most of the road, it's by Route 40, Argentina's most iconic road, but then we're taking a detour to the east. Meliquina, just like any other lake in Patagonia, it's a crystal clear water surrounded by beautiful forests. From Meliquina, I'm heading to another lake, a lot smaller and with not so many people, Lake Filo Uaum. This lake, it's another 20 kilometers down the road. It's very small, quiet, and with almost no visitors. One of the places where you can be by yourself or just with your companions, with little to no interference from any other human being. The few people that come here look for the same: solitude, calmness, and a deep connection with nature. My kind of place. So after an hour and a half detour to the Lake Filo Uaum, we've made it to the Caleufu pools, and we're now going to look how it's like down there. We have to go down a gorge. It's quite nice, and apparently the place is, I'm pretty sure it's full of people. The crowd is huge. I mean, I'm just guessing because of the cars in the parking lot, this place is going to be jammed. This particular spot is quite amusing. The river flows through the bottom of a wide, dry bedrock, with some deeper areas creating pools and rapids here and there. The car park was absolutely packed, and so was the river. Families, groups of friends all around, and even though the place is beautiful, you know I'm not a huge fan of the crowds. Well, I've just come out of the water and I must say that was one of the nicest dips I've ever had. It's just not too cold, but cool enough to cool you in a day like this. So I really enjoyed that one. The place is quite nice, as I thought. It's crowded, so that doesn't make it really appealing for me, because you know I hate crowds. So whatever place, how beautiful it is crowded, then I'd rather go somewhere else. However, it's worth coming. Probably I'd come like very often if I lived here, and I could come in, say, December, late November, March, some not so busy months. It's early February, so it's still high season, highest, I'd say. I hit the road again, this time finally to Paso del Cordoba. First few kilometers of Paso Cordoba done, and I must say this place is just stunning. It's very similar to Valle Encantado. Absolutely no one here, which I love, of course. Just the road for myself. The road is in a very bad shape. You can still drive, but you have to be very careful. Ladies and gentlemen, let me introduce you to Paso Cordoba. Ta-da! I love this place. It's just Amazing, look at that. Hey, so nobody around. I could yell out loud and it's just me, myself and I and this beautiful landscape. Woo! Oh, you can hear the echo. It's quite cool. Interesting. Before I could realize, I was completely immersed on a Western movie set. Bare hills rolling into the horizon and the most strange rock formations coming out of the ground all around. So, we left the lookout a few moments ago and we are now heading east towards the plains. We're now going through a gorge. It's beautiful, just gorgeous. A gorgeous gorge. I don't remember, pun intended. And we are now driving on the by the side on the banks of the river Cordoba, which is the one that gives the name to this place. The mountain pass, it's always going just by the river, so that's why it's called Paso del Cordoba, which is pass of Cordoba River. And it's getting dark slowly but steady, and this is not cool because this part of the road, it's really hammered. At this point, I'm only 15 kilometers away from the Route 232, the paved road that's going to take us down all the way to Bariloche. However, those few kilometers looked more like a First World War trench than an actual road. 15 kilometers equals 10 miles, and it took me more than an hour to get through those 10 miles before we could get to the paved road. I had gone through the most unusual road. After more than 7 hours, I finally made it to the tarmac, and I couldn't be any more happy because I was wrecking my car. I've always been a huge fan of taking the unusual road, and Paso Cordoba is all I could ever expect. I always felt drawn by the untrodden, the unknown, and that was exactly what Paso Cordoba gave me. The solitude, the silence, the vastness, the peace. Some things I would really miss these days to come, because Bariloche can be many things, but above all, it's always busy. Stay tuned, because we are finally arriving to Bariloche and we'll go explore mountains, lakes, beaches, secret waterfalls and 1,000 different places. It's gonna be just amazing. We've finally come to the end of another episode of Insider Argentina. In this opportunity, I really want to thank all my friends from Giro Digital that are helping me with the creation of this YouTube channel. I'm now sitting in their studio filming, and they're giving me a huge hand to make this possible. So thank you guys from Giro, and thank you all you for watching another episode. If you have any comments, questions you may ask, you can leave them in the comment section. And don't forget to subscribe and hit the like button. And guys, see you next time in the city of Bariloche. Bye bye.